The next thing that we want to do in our mid-year review is take a look at the things that didn't go so well. So what were things that we set out to do? Could have been some of those goals that I had set. It could have been some new initiatives or things that we've tried doing in the first half of the year. What worked and what didn't work so well. One of those things for me was the Full Focus planner that Isaac and I purchased. I actually have one with me right here. I love this planner, and it goes along with the Free to Focus methodology, which I really find helpful for prioritizing my life. But the planner itself, for me, I did a really bad job of implementing it and using it from the perspective that I have completed 2 quarters. It's the end of June, but I haven't even completed the planner, and the planner is meant to be used in 1 quarter. So with how good or bad I am at using a daily planner, this planner frustrates me because I have a lot of empty pages and it feels like a waste. So I need to rethink that for this next half of the year. Like, what do I want to be using for my actual planning from a planner perspective? Another thing that didn't go so well, it kind of goes along with the planner, is I felt like my time management was really poor in the first half of this year. It's always been a struggle for me, and it's something that I've really wanted to get better at. But probably in the first quarter, I was super busy. I was so busy. I was running around, doing everything, and it was a pace that was not sustainable. In the second quarter, it was kind of like a reset. It was like, okay, pandemic hit, and they're like, what do you want to be doing with your life right now? Okay. And taking that time to review and figure things out and start to move again towards those goals and dreams that are on my list to do. But even then, as I've stepped forward, I'm like, okay, the only way for me to really accomplish these things is to get tighter with my time. That's something I can definitely realize over the first half of the year, have not been the greatest at managing my time, but looking forward to the next half, something that I really want to do differently. Which brings me to the last section of this review. What do you want to do differently? What are the things you want to change moving forward? So for me, a big thing I want to do is time blocking. I recently learned this concept of creating 5 buckets of your life priorities. And I've created about 3 of those. Right now, that is my YouTube channel and my online business, my marriage, and my ministry. So I have these 3 areas right now that are time buckets that I'm going to be having tasks for, that I have projects within these different categories. But I have 2 other buckets that I haven't fully defined yet. So I want to define those 2 buckets. And then the idea is that you do time blocking in your calendar. So you literally have your calendar, like Google Calendar, for example, and you put a block of time, for example, 4 hours, Wednesday morning from 9 to 1. That's my ministry time bucket. And I'm going to do my ministry related tasks in that window and take time to focus on that and really refine and do what I need to do with that. Thursday afternoon from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. It's going to be my YouTube time block. And I'm going to be doing my tasks related to my YouTube channel, whether it's editing a video or doing research. You get the idea. So I really want to implement time blocking in this next half of the year. And it's something that I've been gathering information on, and I'm going to apply it. So we'll see how that works out. I will definitely let you know. Another thing that I want to do differently in the next half of this year is focus on getting quality sleep. I had a crazy situation happen over the past 2.5, 3 weeks where I was not getting good sleep, and it was related to the air conditioner we had in our room was super loud, and I didn't realize it. But as I was growing in my sleep deficit, my mental and emotional capacity was diminishing. And then finally I was like talking to my husband, I'm like, I'm not okay. Like, I don't know what's going on, but my emotional strength and stamina and capacity is like completely gone. And I do not feel good. Like, this is just not right. I don't know exactly how it happened. I think he had thought about it, and then I had thought about it being pregnant as well. Like, you need extra sleep than you normally do. But we're like, let's try and get better sleep at night where we're not getting woken up and we're able to get more rest. And as we made some steps to improve that, I was like, I felt like a new person. I was like, oh my gosh, like I feel normal again. I did not realize how much of an effect that lack of quality sleep really has on you, especially your like mental and emotional capacity. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to let that slip again. This is so important to me. I want to research proper things to do for having a good night sleep routine, whatever that may be. If I find out some awesome tips, I'll share them with you on this channel. But all I know is just the slight improvement of we got another air conditioner, it's more quiet already. Just a couple nights of that has like made a huge difference. So yeah, be aware of how much your sleep affects your life and make steps to improve it. That's something I'm doing second half of the year. Lastly, something else that I want to do differently or change is start using my bullet journal again. I mentioned previously my issues I had with a different planner I was using, and I just remember the simplicity of doing a bullet journal. And what I loved about it is that it grows with you and you use as much or as little paper as you need for the day. You're not wasting in it. There's no blank spaces there staring you back in the face, taunting you as to why you didn't use it. So I'm looking forward to re-implementing a bullet journal in the second half of this year, and I'm sure I'll be sharing about that on this channel as well. But yeah, those are just a couple things that are an overview of things that I would change and do differently over the next part of this year. In summary, the things that we covered in this half-year life review was first to celebrate your wins. Second, take stock of your goals that you set out for the first part of the year and see how far you've made. Maybe you have accomplished some. If you have, I would love for you to share with us on the channel here in the comments below the goals that you're most proud of achieving. But then if you didn't achieve any, at least see how much progress you've made towards achieving those goals and just realize what's worked for you, what hasn't worked for you, and what are the things that you want to do differently moving forward for the second half of this year. What are the changes you want to make? I think reviewing all these questions and thinking through them is going to help all of us be in a great position to tackle the second half of this year and make it the best second half of the year that we possibly can. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. I got a little more personal. I hope you enjoyed that. Just some personal goals and dreams of my own. And I would love to, again, to hear from you. What are some of your hopes for the second half of this year? Post it in the comments below. Let's get together, let's dream big together, and let's make these dreams happen. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when I release new videos on going after the life that you love. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.